Good morning, Arizona. Weather's finally started cooling off. This is Garrett with Around Town Junk Removal and Dumpster Rental. Got a busy day ahead. Starting the day out here in Tempe, commercial junk removal, cleaning out some items for this business. First time servicing this customer. Then I head out to Surprise, so opposite corner of the valley. Got 2 pickups out there, big desk and some outdoor stuff. 2 new customers as well. One was a referral from a realtor. Got some dumpsters to pick up, and then a few more jobs up in Anthem at the end of the day. So I'm gonna take you with me. Here we go. In this pile, a couple tables, suitcase, miscellaneous chairs, and these 2 cabinets, not the pallet. These tables, this stack right here, and then this dolly. I already loaded in 1 table up there. Some trash from landscaping over the weekend, but should be plenty of space for our first 3 jobs. First time I've seen a train go by like that, so close. It's unexpected. So we got trash in the front. All of this should be donation. Well, that was a good job to start the morning. Not a large job, but kind of small to medium size, and working in the shade. It's a cool breeze. So excited for fall weather to be coming in. Great customer. Commercial customers are really nice to work with, and the fact it was in a warehouse, I have to deal with like residential driveways and doorways that are narrow. It's just easy to move stuff around. So got a 45-minute drive now, headed out to Surprise. So a couple of thoughts to share with you. We had a record August. It was extraordinary. A lot of the weeks I was working 70 hours a week or more. Some really long days, and it was phenomenally profitable. It was an excellent month. Never had a month like that before. A big contributor to that was at the beginning of the month, we had a huge metal recycling job. It was like, I don't know how many tons, maybe 100 tons of steel or something like that. It was a lot, and I'm glad it's done. Every day we were moving, I think each load was like 10,000 pounds of steel or something like that, and we did like 3 to 5 loads a day. It was incredible. It took a couple weeks to get it done. That was awesome. Started the month really well. So August was great. September, the opposite. It's been so slow compared to August. When you're used to working a lot of hours, then you go down to like 30 hours a week, it's pretty quiet. You start thinking like, what's wrong? What am I doing wrong? And these things go in cycles, right? Junk removal, any business gets affected by kids going back to school, holidays, seasonality, elections. People are, watching their spending. They don't know what's going to happen with the election. Interest rates might change that. It'll be interesting to watch how this winter goes, but we're definitely doing everything we can to make sure we stay busy enough to get through and survive slower seasons, right? But I'd be curious to hear how everyone else is. So if your business has changed pace from the summer as we transition to the fall, with holidays, kids back in school, the election, what have you noticed? I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. Well, as you can see, I got the desk outside. This little piece was in the garage, the big piece was in the house, and it's 32 inches wide, and the door was 33 inches. So tipped it up on end, put some cardboard down the flooring to protect the flooring, then just put it onto the old trusty dolly and wheeled it right through the door. So it's always a little bit stressful when you're inside of a customer's home that's really nice and you have a heavy piece of furniture on end, and you're wheeling it through, and there's beautiful artwork or sculptures or whatever. It just makes you nervous. Customer is super gracious. I think I made a new friend today, so that feels awesome. Gonna situate the trailer and then head out to another job here in Surprise that has some some debris like tables and mattresses and stuff piled up on the side of their house, and they're doing real estate photos tomorrow. So time to clean it up. All right, just made it to our next job. Just texting with the customer, working out a deal for pricing. Gonna remove most of the stuff along the house right here. Let me turn the camera around. A few of these things are staying. So this customer was a referral from a friend of ours who's a realtor. So this inflatable's going, not the basketball hoop, all the debris in here. This little dolly. I don't know, man. I donated a dolly earlier today. I don't keep too many of those just because I have good ones. But yeah, so all this debris goes. This rug, countertop, tabletop. It's probably heavy. Baby mattress. There's some bikes back there. The aluminum ladder stays. So let's get to work. So I'm just loading up this debris. I got a few more big things left, and get a phone call from a customer out in Rio Verde asking me for a quote. I give her a quote, and we're like $5-7 higher than what Junk King quoted her. And the other company that quoted her was Checklist, which is a local family business like we are. And I said, do everything you can to go with him. I think you'll be really happy you did. He lives in that community, or at least nearby. Does a lot of work there, has a great name in the community. So Nick, I hope you get the job, brother. Have a great day. Just finished up with that last job. Homeowner ended up showing up while I was there and added a box spring. So trailer's pretty full. Gonna head to the dump and then go empty a few dumpsters. Oh yeah. This truck right here is for City of Phoenix. It's got a huge ad on the side of it. It says appointment-based bulk trash. Program begins September 30th. So a lot of the cities around here have bulk trash programs every quarter. City of Phoenix is switching over to appointment-based. Government's offering junk removal. It's basically what it is. Let's see, we get everything out. Yeah, looks like it. We're ready. Let's hit the road. All right, just getting over to this first dumpster pickup. Grab these cones, let these out because we're so close to the main road. So they got pretty creative with this chain. Let's see, what are they doing here? So this, I'd like to make sure that's done. Okay. Bigger cones. Let's see. Looks pretty good. Got some vinyl touch up I need to work on. See how tall it is. Ah, wow, they did a good job. All kinds of stuff in here. That was easy. Having a good system where it helps so much, where you can trust that the equipment's going to perform right and work. Both tarp arms are working. The height of the tarp works good for this size dumpster. Hydraulics work, no issues. Feels good. Well, this dumpster has 2,700 pounds of debris. And the customer was originally planning to have us donate some stuff out of this. So if I see good stuff in it, when I open the door, I'm gonna pull it out and put it in the bed of the truck, and then I'll take it to the donation center before I go get the other dumpster today. But the issue is, like, once you open that door, good luck shutting it, everything falls out. So the last thing I wanna do is pull open the door at the donation center and have a bunch of trash fall out, break, and everything. So we'll see. We typically don't donate out of dumpsters unless we are the ones shutting the door. Then we'll see something and pull it out for donation if we can. But we'll see what we can do here. Well, I just finished unloading this dumpster, and 2,700 pounds of trash. Open the door, sure enough, stuff's pouring out of it. and it didn't look like salvageable, donatable things. I think that was their original intention, but they were really smart about what they did. So they originally called me for junk removal, so I went over to look at it in person with them, and they were cleaning out their family's estate, their parents' estate. So they put everything out in the driveway that was small and still in good condition. And then because they were on a main corner, they just put a free sign out on the sidewalk and said free stuff. And they did that for 3 or 4 days. And so they were able to get rid of almost everything. And so they didn't have much left. So anything that was small was really trash, and that's what was in this dumpster. So I did see lots of like financial records and tax records, and they'd warned me about that. So I made a point to talk to the loader operator and say, hey, can you please push that load soon? Because there's like financial records in it. And he said, yeah, it'd be on the next truck. So trying to look out for our customers and continue to build that trust with them. Man, this dumpster looks good. It's super clean. We washed it right before we dropped it off last week. So I'm gonna return this to the yard and then go get another one. And it's 3 o'clock, so hopefully get that one dumped by 5 and then switch trailers and do some more junk removal. The signs we got over here, we got junk removal, we buy houses, and more junk removal. I respect the hustle. I respect that a lot. Well, we're heading to go pick up our next dumpster and hopefully get it dumped. We got an hour to get over the scales at the transfer station before they close. And I've asked the customer to be on video today, so hopefully I can get their permission to film them, share their story a little bit, maybe on this video, otherwise on our other dumpster channel. But the story on this one is we have a pest control company called Green Organics Pest Control. They're awesome. Scott is the owner. He's fantastic. Well, he had this client who sold their house, and so he started servicing the new owner's home. And there was so much yard waste around the property. It was attracting a lot of critters like roaches and just unwanted pests, beetles, different kinds of insects. And so the homeowner wanted to clean it up. So I went out there and looked at it. Said, yeah, we could do a junk removal job, but you're probably looking somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000 for our services to do that, maybe more. Or we could bring you some dumpsters. And so she liked that idea better, saved her a lot of money, and we still got business from it, right? I mean, we got to do his dumpsters, which is great. And she got the end result of a cleaner yard. So I think she's happy. I think the pest control is happy. So let's see if we can get them on video. All right, so this is Scott Preller from Green Organics Pest Control, and we're here with Myra, the homeowner, and they're gonna share their story about why it made sense to clean up the property and use dumpsters.
So this property had a lot of debris around the outside that could cause bug issues. So it really needed a lot of cleanup, and Myra did an amazing job, and this dumpster helped a lot.
Yeah, so I was introduced to Scott from the former owner. We just purchased this house a couple of weeks ago, and from day one, we started to see bugs, big bugs actually, all over the house, in the backyard and the front. So I contacted Scott. He came over immediately, very responsive, and he said the first thing I need to do is just remove the debris. He could treat when he came the first day, but it would be a waste of money. So I respect his honesty, because there are people who are dishonest and take advantage of people in my situation. So he recommended a friend, who's Garrett, with Around Town Junk Removal, and he came out immediately, brought the dumpster. We used 2 dumpsters filled to the brim, and we have a plan in motion, and I've learned a lot in this process. But the thing to do is just act on it. Don't hesitate, and get the debris removed, and then put a plan into action. And Scott gave me some valuable tips. No boxes, move the plants from around the house, trim the branches, just, you know, clear it out so that the bugs don't have a easy access. So he's gonna be involved in my life for a while, I think. So
Mine too.
so thankfully Garrett and Scott are good guys, and I totally recommend them. They're awesome to work with and super, super quick. So I appreciate it.
Thank you, Myra.
Thank you.
Scott, would you like to share anything else, or if people want to get a hold of you for service, would you be open to sharing how to do that?
Absolutely. You can reach us at greenorganicspest.com. Our phone number is 602-448-1180, and we'll be more than happy to take care of you. So when doing organic pest control, it's really important to use a whole approach, thinking about the property as a whole and not just thinking about what to spray. So like Myra was saying, cleaning up the yard was a big first step to making sure we get good control on this property and the issues that are going on. That's the first step. Landscape control is pest control. If you can get your landscape in control, it really helps a lot. And sometimes you might not need pest control once you get your landscaping under control. But if you're having issues, that's one thing to look at very carefully. Look at the debris you have, look at the plants you have, look at the proximity to the house, any water leaks or overwatering that might be occurring, or lack of drainage that might be happening on the property. And then, it's very holistic what we do. We look at simple things like how bugs get into the home and try to put physical barriers in place so that you don't have to use harsh chemicals to control the problem. If you can prevent them from getting in, most people just don't want bugs in the house. So that's half the battle right there. Once you do that, then you go on the outside and start looking at what you're going to apply once it's in a place that's conducive to a good treatment.
Well, that went really well. First time we've had a customer on the channel. Definitely excited that she was so open to it. I think it worked out pretty well. Hopefully you learned something and it was educational. Scott is somebody who's extremely smart, and I've learned a lot from him because he treats our property and some other family members and people that we know. So yeah, what a cool, it's always fun to get to visit and network with other small business owners that are owner operators, because they know their stuff, and it's easier to relate to them. So yeah, it was cool. But it's past 5 o'clock. That was fun, took our time, and I'm glad we did. So thank you, Myra and Scott, for being on the video and for trusting us with these dumpsters. So we'll get this emptied in the morning. We got a few more junk jobs to go do though. All right, next pickup. These two couches, or one couch, one love seat. So curbside pickup here in Anthem. Let's load it up. Tipped him in. We gave him a bargain deal because it was curbside. End of the day. Got one more stop to make. Last job of the day, pick up his water softener. I'm glad Mace helped me load it because it's not light. Partially full of salt, but there's a cylinder in there that I'm pretty sure is full of water. So couple couches. It's a good end of the day. Tomorrow I'm gonna fill this up with cardboard, dump that dumpster, and then I got a big rock and what's it called, that stone on pool decking, that cold white stone, whatever that stuff's called, pavers. I'm gonna clean all that up for a customer. So it should be another heavy day tomorrow, and thanks for following along. It's not every day's the same, right? A mixture of dumpsters in there kind of makes it interesting. Takes a lot of time though. If anybody has a question about dumpsters versus junk removal is way cheaper to get started, and it's arguably more profitable per hour. Dumpsters is incredibly expensive to get started, and there's just so much driving time, so you can just destroy your profitability if you don't charge enough and you're driving too far. So anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Y'all take care. Thank you.